Time for coffee with Kilroy, or what I sometimes call, I think you know the rest. Yes, beverage in a book. My beverage, coffee. Very hot. The book is Twisted. Twisted Minions. This is part of my ongoing series covering Four Against Darkness and its many offshoots, expansions, and supplements, and whatever you may want to call it. But Four Against Darkness is a solitaire dungeon delving pen and paper game that very easy to get into and play, and does not take hardly any setup or maintenance, or cleans up its own spills and drips and what have you. So what is Twisted Minions? Well, let me get a sip of my coffee and then we'll take a look. Twisted Minions is rules to spice up your encounters with minions in Four Against Darkness. And it's written by the author of Four Against Darkness, and or the, I don't know, the author or co-creator. I know it's the primary author. Anyway, and so what this book is exactly what it says it is. Let's take a look at the back here. Not just the same goblins again. Twisted Minions is a supplement for Four Against Darkness that adds a spin to minion encounters. Using a D100 table, you will create complications and experience twists every time you encounter a group of minions. Zombies are slow, but this time they ambush your party and gain initiative. Orcs fear magic, but those orcs have just robbed a wizard's library. Those kobolds seem harmless, but they can call a Medusa for help. Features 106 twists for minion encounters, the prisoner scenario for when your party is captured, tables for chaos abilities and unusual treasure, 6 minion secrets. This is not a standalone game. You need to have Four Against Darkness. So Four Against Darkness, I'll put links to my previous coverage of it in the description down below, but a little basic summary is it's a dungeon crawl where you'll be generating a random dungeon and going through it. And as you go through certain rooms, you're going to encounter vermin, which are, the lowest life form of encounters you can get. And you really don't get any experience for it. You encounter minions, you can encounter weird monsters, and then you can encounter boss monsters, or the boss. And usually in order to complete one of your dungeons when you're going through Four Against Darkness, you have to finish off a boss encounter to finish the dungeon. So what this is supplementing that second area, not the vermin, not the boss, or not the weird, but the minions. And you do get experience from minions. I think every 10 you knock out, you get a chance to level up in experience. You don't get like experience points for things. You get level up opportunities in the game. So this is going to put a little bit of flair into, it's not the same old minions, because, there is a table in this, and there are other, books and things that supplement Four Against Darkness to add, characters and dungeons and levels and what have you. But here's your minions table. So you've got this minions table here, but this is what you're going to face on the minions almost every time if you use this book. So what this does is this spices that up a little bit. So you're going to be looking at a table in here. Let's take a look inside here. Introduction tells you how to use it, how you're going to need to roll on this table. It's a D100, leveling encounters. And then here is your minion twist table. So you'll roll, generate a 1 to 100, and you'll read off this entry. And this will tell you what you, how your entry or how your minion is going to be affected. Now, it tells you that, you don't need to do this every single time. I mean, I guess you could do it every single time. It has rules in here on, do you want to do it, every third minion encounter, or once a dungeon, or what have you. So, I mean, it's not something that, if you're doing this all the time, you're adding a little bit more complexity and time to your adventures, but maybe that's what you want. Maybe you've been through, this book so many times that you just want to see something new and challenging every single time. But there are rules in here in that, or talks you, give you some guidance on how often you want to do that. Also, there's some minion secrets in here, so a little bit something that adds to the game. I think there's a prison in here or a dungeon or something in here too. So we got to look at here, the adventurer prisoners. So dealing with how to do prisoners. So don't want to spoil it too much because, it's not that thick of a book. And if you really want to get into it more, you need to pick it up. So there you have it. That is Twisted Minions. Not an essential supplement by any means, but if you play a lot of 4 Against Darkness and you want to jazz it up a little bit with your minions, then by all means do so. Thanks all. Thanks for watching.